Here's the thing, Gene's been so calm and collected, you're not getting to him. Gene can keep his composure.
6 feet! 6 feet! What the fuck? Curvature is the answer!
Gene can keep his composure.
I don't know how to use the internet! Help!
I don't even know how much the earth curves.
Help!
To the left, to the left, to the left, to the left.
Curvature! Curvature! What the fuck? 6 feet is the answer!
So calm and collected. You're not getting to him.
What the fuck? The calculators are broken, bro.
To the left.
I want you to understand my MO, my stance, my position. I'm a bigot. I'm anti-Semite. I am manipulated trash. Man, grown men. Woo. So passionate, too. Woo. I reported him. I reported him. I reported him. I reported him.
Gene can keep his composure.
Curvature!
Grown men. Woo.
Get fucking stuffed.
We'll get there fast and then we'll take it slow. That's where we wanna go. Way down to Kokomo. That's over here.
Here's the thing, Gene's been...
Oy. Oh, I love Mr. Globey. I forgot all about Mr. Globey until the other day. It's like, what an obvious. Let me pull this a little closer. Oh, what an obvious thing. Globey, McGlobeface. And there's Pee Wee's Globey. Right? Hold on. Curvature is the answer. What is going on, everyone? Oh, boy. Let me see. No, I want this over here. I want this over here. This way I can read the chat. Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? Who's saying that? Let's see, embed chat. I don't know why this is not working. Launch chat. There's always something. It's just not showing the chat on the screen. Yeah, send out some shares. What's up, Chardock? Icy Spin. Let me see if I can get this chat working. Let's see. Settings. Stream. No, it's got to be. Let's see. How do we do this? Bed chat. I don't know. I think I gotta do. Is it back? Wait, on. Maybe it's on this one. There it is. It's called chat in bed. It's just not on this screen. I'm gonna flip over to this one. There we go. Now I'm huge. Now I'm huge. I'm huge. Too big. This is not going to be another 4-hour marathon. Well, actually, it might be. Who knows? Let me send him the link. I don't know if he's going to debate. I don't know how long he's going to actually hang out. He's kind of making excuses already about stuff to do with his daughter and stuff, which, you know, that's fine. But he didn't say that earlier when he said, you know, he'd go live tonight. So, it looks like Skype's becoming Teams. All right, I'm going to have to figure that one out later. Let's get this. copy that. Get this Skype going. So this dude's interesting if you haven't met him. This is not Fred. Don't get him confused with Fred. This is Freddo. He's Australian, which is interesting because I always love when there's an Australian flat earther. Like, what the fuck? What's wrong with you? Just look in the sky. Look in the sky, and there's a star south that can't be there. It's always there if the earth is flat. There it is. Easiest way to prove it to yourself. Maybe the dog ate his evidence. I'm going to send him the link right now. We'll see what he's got to say. All right, let's see. I'm going to bet $10 he probably can't get this to work. There it is. I just sent it to him. All right, we'll see how this goes. We'll do guest cam. Let's do screen share. And I'm going to send this over to, let's see, I'll share this screen over there. And we'll wait. So yeah, I had some other stuff planned tonight. I was going to is he here? No, I'd reached out to Jaron. Actually, we were chatting about something else, and I was like, you know, I saw you do this video on the moon landing the other day, and it pissed me off. Well, I didn't tell him that, but just watching it, like watching him make kind of the same mistakes he made in the past with the flat Earth stuff was bugging me. It was bugging me, and I wanted to chat with him about it, not in a mean way, obviously, just chat with him and go over it. Maybe go through his video or something. But it turns out he's going to be doing that. I don't think he already did it. Said he's going to be doing it with McKeegan. I guess McKeegan offered to go through the moon landing stuff with him in general. I guess maybe not just his video, but like in general. So we'll see about that. So he turned my offer down because he was already planning on doing it with McKeegan. But I figured I'd go through it live here, or we'd run through it. Just in a factual kind of way and see what happens. So I guess if the flat earther doesn't show up, maybe we'll do that. And then maybe I'll hop on TikTok, see if there's anything going on. Wow, what are we talking about libidos in the chat for? We got some libido issues. Am I streaming from a tin can? Why do I sound bad? I don't know. Am I low? I can jack it up. Let me jack it up. Yeah. How's that? Jacked up. That might be better. Now I can hear myself breathe out of each nostril. Yeah, it's, I know you would, Josh. Someone who might actually, the thing is, we're talking with him about it, he might actually listen, right? Unlike other people who shall remain unnamed. Chris. Yeah, that was painful. He's still upset about that, by the way. Getting jacked. Well, anyway, welcome to McFlerfFistin Mondays, where the flurfs get a good fistin'. I'm liking that because it's nice and family friendly. To tracked all the kids and the mothers with that line. Should work out well for the channel. I don't know. He's not showing up yet. Let's see. I have Skype. What's your profile name? Globey. Just put that link into the web. Oh my God! I knew he wasn't going to know how to use Skype. Come on, Freddo! Don't disappoint. Why he doesn't need my profile name? He just needs to click the link I gave. Oh no! Why is he giving me his name? I don't want his name. Oh, all right. Let me try to invite him. Let's see if I can do this. What is this? Default email, Skype contacts. I don't have a Skype. He's not on my Skype contact list yet. Why is he making this hard? Oh my God. I don't get it. Invite. It's weird. It doesn't just let you put in like a Skype name, unless that's what this is supposed to be. Let's see. Shane Lee. I hope that's not doxing him because that's his name. And this is him. So let's do it this way. All right, we did it that way. Hello? Oh, I'm still connecting. Yo.
Have you got me?
We got you.
Yeah, good.
There he is.
What's going on?
Not much.
Couldn't wake her up.
She's still sleeping?
We had a father-daughter discussion last night. So good. Hadn't seen them. I only got them back after 18 months. I only got them back like a month ago.
How old is she?
14.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so she's... Yeah, they're going through that teenage. My oldest is 15, 16, and she's going through a bit. So just trying to get their dad back into play and try and help them, that's all. And now I've got another one on the way. 52 years old and another child on the way.
Well,
yeah, no.
You know, God bless and everything, but fuck me, I wouldn't be doing that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Take that out of you, let me tell you. Take that out of you. Congrats on your little podcast thing.
Thanks. Nothing to really congrats about. It's just another little fun little side thingy.
Yeah. Oh, well. It's come a long way from bagging people, where I used to bag you about 2 years ago. Stop bagging people. So,
that's true. Good. I still bag people, though.
Yeah, I know you do, but you were pretty harsh back then. At least you come with a bit more logic these days.
I'm only harsh when people are harsh to me.
Yeah, okay. That's fair enough. That's how we are.
You know, I feel, you know, I give what I get. I give what I get. I match the energy.
Yeah, and that's right. Nothing wrong with that.
Like I had DJ Dyko was on here the other day. You know him. Maybe not.
Nah, I probably would if I heard him.
Oh, yeah. Right. Another TikTok guy, but just, you know. Yeah, I couldn't be. He was being nice. I couldn't be mean to him, so we had a nice conversation.
Yeah, yeah, that's right, and that's what it's about. At the end of the day, like, you know, we all want, you know, the truth. We all want, you know, just to get on with life. You know, like we say, it's you've got your view, I've got mine. At the end of the day, it's just about life. You know, we can't. There's always going to be, you know, there's always going to be misinformation. There's always going to be people that are fighting back and doing whatever, and you're never going to get 100% from anything. And even in my life of playing professional sport, I've never when you're coaching a team or you're doing whatever or captaining a team, you've always got back. We want to do it this way or that way. So it's just
right.
That's hard. That's hard. But what do you want to talk about?
I don't know. I mean, I figured you'd want to talk about Venus.
100 on Venus. Look, what I want to do, I'd like to talk about Venus, Mercury, obviously, because still to this time it doesn't make sense. But just even just a conversation with you. I know you're going to go down the scientific road, which you love, and that's fine. Mm-hmm. I don't go down that road because I think it's the human intervention of it all. And if the lies that we've been told through our life, it's fucking next level. So I just don't know what to believe anymore. So that's why when I talk about Freddo's common sense, I just make it about my senses, what I see, what I visually see, what I experience. And obviously Venus is one. The gravity thing is another thing. That I completely don't understand. And honestly, from me to you, surely there's times, even in your quest of what you're doing, that you have to question certain things. Is surely, because there's been times where I've had to question, and I was a complete, person that believed in the globe, and it's only been a couple of years that I've been going down this path. But surely there's times, where you go, and there's certain things that just don't make sense. Is that true?
Not when it comes to the globe specifically. If you want to start talking about cosmology and theoretical physics, right?
Yep.
That's not, I want to say that's not my wheelhouse, right? I'm not a theoretical physicist. I'm not a cosmologist. I have an engineering background. I'm very structurally and logically, and I like to work things through. So, if you're going to start talking about dark energy and dark matter and the Big Bang and all this, none of us can prove any of that, really. I mean, there are proofs that the Big Bang happened, and is, the universe is still expanding. There is, red shift, blue shift. There's things that evidence to show that's happening. That's not, I don't think that has its own place for conversation, but I don't think that has anything to do with the shape of the earth, right? So when we start talking about that, and that's my biggest gripe with Witless or Austin Whitsitt, if you know him, right? But he's,
I know.
He doesn't want to talk about the shape of the earth ever. He just wants to talk about cosmology and geocentrism, right? And great, good for you. You think you can prove Einstein wrong, but you can't do simple math. Fine. Yeah. But that has nothing to do with the shape of the earth. So,
so your journey onto the shape of the earth, how long has it been? The whole entire time? You never questioned it? You've always just been with it, and you started pushing back, a few years ago? In everything that you were seeing with Flat Earth, and that you decided to push back. Is that right?
I would say, yeah. I mean, I didn't come onto TikTok to do this. I came onto TikTok to mindlessly scroll like everybody else. And then I got caught up in watching flat earthers, in my opinion, telling lots of lies or misrepresenting things. Some, not all of them are liars, but if they're not lying, they're misrepresenting or taking stuff out of context. So I noticed that, and it started pissing me off, and I started commenting about it, and then eventually I just started making videos. And you know what? Through that process, I didn't know everything I know now. Through that process, I learned a lot. Right?
Yeah, that's right.
You know, and I learned a lot of things that flat earthers refuse to go learn themselves.
And vice versa, I think, as well. I think there's a lot that that doesn't make sense to me. And that's where, we talk about, the shape of the earth and everything. Vincent's talking about dark matter, he's talking about other stuff. I don't understand that much either. But what I do understand is I'm an old building hunter, and I like going look at old buildings and seeing where they exist. And being an Indigenous man of Australia, which we're told we've been here for, thousands of years, 30,000 years or whatever. You look at these old structures in Australia and you start to question the narrative. You start to question everything. Right. And the journey I'm on now it's a scary journey because I'm questioning my own people. I'm questioning we have a thing here in Australia called the stolen generation, where Indigenous children were stolen from 1910s onwards to the I was born in 72, so I think the last child maybe 77 was taken. I was born in 73, so last child was taken. And that narrative doesn't make sense at all. Like, if Captain Cook landed here and he took these children, I think going down these old buildings and looking at them and seeing what they represent and the energy they represent, I don't believe they were churches, not at all. I don't believe they were government buildings. I believe they were structures. I don't know who by. I know people talk about Tartaria. I've tried to look into it and go down this avenue as well. But these buildings were here and there was free energy, right? And now I'm getting to that flat earth bit, but from the 1910s, it seems the Rothschilds, looking at all the world fairs around the world, it seems they were all destroyed and there was a change in narrative. And it looks like scientists really pushed for a different narrative, for control. And my thing is to do with white flat earth and globe earth is more about they pushed for the Big Bang Theory and evolution and all this. They've never found a single cell develop into two cells, let alone a complicated cell, whatever it is, right? They talk about, okay. But my thing is, if the Big Bang happened and we're just endlessly flying on a spinning globe through this universe that's ever expanding, we're nothing. And I did write this to you. I tried to find it actually. I did write this to you a long time ago, and I said, you're a father, and I said, like, do you want your children to believe that? Do you want your children to believe that they're on this spinning ball floating endlessly and it was a miracle of, not even a miracle, because it's the time frame they're using is just extraordinary. I don't know what God was doing in the meantime, but just this, it makes it hard to believe that it's like that. And I'm an atheist, like, in a sense of, I believe there's a creator, but I don't believe in that biblical real side of how it happened and all the events happen. But if we're in a confined space, in a firmament or in a dome, and there is a creator, isn't there more to life if that is it? And there's a lot to show that it could exist as well. Wouldn't you believe that?
Why would somebody know? Like, so a creator existing, but the universe being what it is way more special to me than being in a terrarium, like a pet. Like, that's not special.
I agree.
Right?
I totally agree.
So
yeah, I totally.
God or not, like, I think limiting him to having put us in a terrarium and that's the limit of his powers is kind of crazy. Kind of crazy.
Do you think it's a limit of his powers, or
Yeah.
do you think it's a test to construct into a better person, to find this energy source that exists, this spirituality, whatever it is? I believe in that, and to move forward after this journey has passed.
I don't know. To me the bigger test is we're on this. If he started the whole thing in motion, say, right?
Yeah.
And we're technically fending for ourselves here, right? The biggest test is to overcome our own weaknesses,
Yep.
and essentially save the human race from destruction, because we will inherently destroy ourselves.
Yeah, I agree.
Right. So now, if we're in this universe, we have options.
Yep.
We can get off the planet. We can go to other planets. We can do other things. You know.
Do you think, Bud, if there is an ice wall, do you believe that could be a place of, let's talk about that. Let's talk about the treaty, and that happened in '59. You yourself would have to admit that's an extremely unusual treaty. And for it to stay in place for so long. And for Admiral Byrd, I know you talked about it. I just watched one of your videos and you talked about Admiral Byrd the other day about flights, but just even in what he said, and I know everyone takes everything differently, and it's your perspective to mine to what Admiral Byrd said about Middle America and on the other side of the South Pole, or whatever he said in his words. But the treaty itself, for me, is weird. And this is where I come to common sense, and I try and break things down. So my timeline is the treaty happened 59, I think 57. Admiral Byrd went on TV or that year. Obviously, Admiral Byrd was down there already. He'd done exhibitions and exhibitions, whatever, down there, and so
right.
he.
And so, so what'd he say? What'd he do? What is so interesting about him?
Well, it's not that he was the one that voiced it. He's the one that went on live TV and made his. This is a guy that was in charge of everything.
Yeah.
He holds some. He does hold some grunt. He holds some respect. So to totally disregard him, it's kind of weird. So my thing is, question to you is the treaty. Like, do you find that weird that there's a treaty in place that we can't go to Antarctica at all? Past this, I think is it 66 or 60th parallel? Like, we can, but it has to be guided.
It doesn't have to be guided, but it doesn't. No, but you do have to you do have to get permits and stuff. There's people there now that are not guided. Somebody just chronicled her journey to the South Pole on TikTok. Like she traveled there herself.
And
yeah, I mean,
who was she?
What's that?
Who was she?
What was her name?
No, just like
just a person.
Even saying that's an unusual thing. A female. She's going down there. She's TikToking. Now on the largest platform in the world.
Mm-hmm.
But for what reason?
January 2025. Let's see. 21-year-old Norwegian woman has become the youngest person to reach the South Pole on skis, solo and without assistance.
There you go.
Karen Kaileso accomplished the feat overnight between Monday and Tuesday, 114 years after fellow Norwegian Apollo explorer Roald Amundsen, that famous explorer, became the first person to reach the South Pole 100 years ago, I guess.
So how would we apply for a visa like that?
Well, it's not a visa. You just I don't know how she did it specifically, but usually you go through your country. So she's from Scandinavia
Norway.
somewhere. What did I say? Norway.
Norway. Yeah.
Yeah. So you would just apply for the permit through your
Country.
your own country.
How would that's a weird kind of thing because I lived in Norway. I lived in Oslo, and yeah, that's a weird thing because you think like I might attempt that. Probably get an Australian visa to go to Antarctica because honestly, it would prove a lot. You know, to get to the South Pole, that would honestly prove a lot. So,
well, it would, but I mean, a whole bunch of people just went to the 80th South Parallel, you know, the final experiment thing.
I know that. Mm.
You know, so
do you believe like you had Jaron on the other day?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he really didn't feel like a flat earther at all.
Not anymore.
Honestly,
he's not anymore.
Yeah, I know that. But
he did.
Yeah, even I highly doubt that, Globey. I really do.
Dude, I have him. I have him schmoozing with Caleb and Derek.
I know.
Talking
that,
shit
but,
about me, you know, and other people. You know,
yeah,
he was a flat earther, man.
Yeah, well, when I spoke to him on your channel that day, he said 6 months. And you know what? The strange thing that got me when I talked about Venus, he came through with a model straight away. And if he had only just gotten back, you know, surely you'd be trying to find a reason to still fight for your new theory on life, which is flat Earth. Surely you just wouldn't flip back.
No, he did for a while. He was posting stuff like the sun was up for 24 hours. I can't explain it.
I know that.
People have to accept that it's real. He goes, I'm not saying the Earth is flat. Or he goes, I'm not saying the Earth's a globe. But this is what I saw, and I have to admit that I saw it. Blah blah blah. And then they just slowly over time, he started to have to admit to himself that there is no other excuse for it. There's no other reason, and he's right. Now, Whitsitt, on the other hand, saw the same thing, admitted the same thing. He saw the same stuff, and he decided to crawl his way back to the flat Earth community and say.
But he got around a lot. He did get on that vaping thing.
He did. He got beat up a lot from flat earthers on that.
He did. Yeah.
And in general, just for admitting there was a sun, he got beat up. But he managed to weasel his way back in because you know what? That's his source of income, man. Have you
ever seen a guy on here called Lindsay Harris, New Zealand guy?
No, can't say that.
No, okay. He's a two sun theory guy.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I know. It's look. Don't get me wrong. It
would have to be infinite suns.
I don't know, but he's, you know, he comes out very, he's very, he has a strong ego, Lindsay, but he's, if you TikTok him, Lindsay Harris, he's very vocal in speaking about the two sun theory.
Right.
Yeah, and look, don't get me wrong, you know, like I said, I look into everything and try and figure it out, but can I ask you a couple of questions? Yeah, go on. Sorry.
So here's this book. Oh, you can't see what I'm showing. I have a book here written by Admiral Byrd. It's called Discovery, the Story of the Second Byrd Antarctic Expedition.
Yeah.
Okay, it was written by Richard Byrd.
Was it by Richard Byrd or he?
It's Admiral Byrd.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I know that, but was it written by him?
Yes.
Or is he just it's like an autobiography, it's not a biography. What's it they were talking about the other day? Someone was talking about that most of these people write stuff and then they just put their name to it, you know.
Like ghost written or something?
Yeah. A ghostwriter, and then he puts his name to it, yeah.
No, I mean, this is authored.
It is authored?
This is authored by him.
Yeah, go
on. He chronicles his journey his second journey to the South Pole. Just to confirm, I marked some things in it.
Yep.
I was on the wrong page there. So page 40
Yeah.
says, barely rolling along the horizon, the midnight sun was an amber whorl in the golden mist. With infinite, almost imperceptible slowness, the pack worked round the ship. Just me marking here where he mentions the midnight sun.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not saying it doesn't exist, that midnight sun.
Okay.
I'm not saying that. And that was, remember at the start of this, very start of this conversation, I said there are certain things that don't make sense to me.
Right.
And that
So one of those
probably the
things,
number one.
it might be his journey, right? So he's
Yep.
writing several times in here, like here. He says, the night was fair, cold, and crystal clear, contriving a perfect setting for the reunion of these two ships. The famous old veteran of the Arctic heaving down to meet in the yellow haze of the midnight sun at the bottom of the world, the resurrected outcast of the Pacific lumber trade. So he's talking about a couple ships meeting at
Yep.
the bottom of the world. Later
Yep.
on, he specifically mentions the globe. So he's clearly writing about a globe, and not an ice wall that surrounds some flat plain, right?
Yep.
So, I mean, there's nothing really to take out of context here. What is this about?
So how about this then? So how about, let's just say he does write that, right? And he
Yeah.
did write pirates as well.
He did.
And that his son took.
Right.
What his son was given. He did say some other stuff that surely questions a lot as well. Questions the globe as well.
Like what?
Questions that was more, well, convex. Have you seen the documentary Convex Earth?
Oh, yeah, I have. Love
Okay.
that. I love that
Convex
documentary.
You would love it. I like it for different reasons, but you'd like it to try and debunk it. My thing is that they, at the end of the documentary, they take get very close to the Antarctic ice wall. Do you remember that? And they put up a balloon
Yeah.
to go up, and on the other side of the ice is another landmass.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they told you they were seeing. Yeah.
It doesn't matter. What I'm trying to say is we see that. Right? We see that landmass.
Kind of.
Okay. Yeah. Well, it's in the documentary. They've got, if you go down their avenue, which I've tried to communicate with the gentleman that did the documentary, and just to get those photos, that evidence that there could be something on the other side, and they show it. They visually show it.
But what they don't show is where they are, any GPS coordinates, any proof that they are where they are. They don't show any of that. You're just believing that they're telling you where they are, right?
Okay, but that's fine.
That's a problem, though. That's a problem.
Okay, so what I'll do, hang on, put it in my notes.
And believe me, I can tell you so much about that documentary. It's fascinating. So the guy who wrote that, I can't think of not wrote it, but produced it, whatever. He starred in it too. His name will come to me. He's a ufologist from Brazil.
Yeah.
Do you know what he's famous for in Brazil?
Well,
the ufologists even hate him there because of how ridiculous it is. He's famous for putting video footage out there, and I probably still have it if I look for it. He claimed to have met and contacted an alien named Bilu, who spoke Portuguese to him through a bush. And there's video of just a bush and some stuff behind the bush moving. And this alien is talking to him in Portuguese through the bush about something. Okay, that's what he's famous for putting out there. So,
look, everyone has their own reality.
You got to take what he's saying with a grain of salt.
Yeah, okay, and that's fine. I'll just put down. I'll try and get those coordinates for you because I did email him at the university because it was at that university. So I want to try. I'll try and get those coordinates so you can have a look for it. All right, so let's. I wanted to talk about a couple of things that don't make sense to me, and maybe you can help. Right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Meteorite strikes on Earth. If the Earth is spinning at 1,000 miles an hour and on the moon, so the moon moves at around 16 kilometers per hour, rotates. If we're rotating at the equator at 1,000 miles per hour, which is 1,600 kilometers in Australian terms.
Yes.
If a meteorite comes in, like the one they did the other day into wherever it was they came into, again, no one knows where it struck, amazingly, but it struck, didn't hit the city limits. But most of these meteor strikes, 90% of them, I got to 97, I think, 97% are all straight up and down. How could that happen?
You mean circular craters?
And exactly.
Okay. Well, so the interesting thing about meteorites when they strike the Earth is that the vast majority don't actually hit the Earth.
But I'm talking about the ones that they've said hit the Earth. So 90%, 97% have hit the Earth, and they're all straight up and down.
Yeah, but you're thinking because you see a crater that it hit the Earth, and that's not what's happening.
Well, it wouldn't matter.
It does matter.
Crater would not be a motion.
Right. So when something explodes, like a stick of dynamite or whatever, it explodes equally in all directions.
That's right, but it didn't hit the Earth, so it would explode over a mass.
Right. So when the meteorite is coming down through the atmosphere, it's heating up and heating up and heating up, and 90% of the time they're not big enough to survive that. They end up exploding before they hit the ground. Those explosions are what's creating those craters.
So that would cause So in a nuclear weapon, if that happens, it causes a shower. So that would cause a shower. That would cause impact marks everywhere. Not in the circular motion.
Yeah, it's an equal explosion in all directions.
But it's only in one place, and that's where.
Okay, so.
Yep. Do you think maybe they're geysers? Maybe there's something else to them instead of meteorite strikes. So there you go. That's another thing I can sort of go down your avenue to do with something else, and they're not meteorite strikes. Because there's no way that, no matter how you put this to me right now about how a meteorite comes in, if it hits the Earth, it scrapes the Earth. It's going to scrape the Earth for thousands of kilometers.
But they don't do that, though. They don't do that.
But they should do that. And you know that, logically. Common sense.
No. They're exploding before they hit the ground.
I'm talking about if they hit the ground, which there's reports. We've got so many here in Australia. They've hit the ground.
No, you're mistaken. You're mistaking hitting the ground because there's a crater or some sort of impact mark. You're assuming it's hitting the ground. It's not. It's exploding into the ground. It's so going towards the ground, and before it gets there, it's exploding in all directions.
So that would cause not a crater.
Sure it would. Why wouldn't it?
That's like a Vietnam gun that would like a pepper, like a it would impact the whole the Earth.
So you know nuclear bombs don't hit the ground, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So
but they don't.
I'm going to share this with you here. Let's see if you can see this. Can you see that?
No, I can't see it. Yep, got it. There you go, right?
Yes. This is a nuclear bomb crater.
That's not a nuclear bomb crater.
Sure it is.
How big?
Yeah, sure it is. Yeah.
How big is it?
I'm sure it'll tell us which one it was here, but this is a nuclear bomb crater.
I don't believe it. That's impossible.
It's not impossible. You have a misunderstanding of what's happening.
Okay, bring it. Can you bring the story up so I can Google it?
Sedan crater was formed with a 100 kiloton nuclear explosive device. Okay. Let's see what else we got. You know, these are round. These are round. Look at this one's pretty round. Sedan, Arizona meteor crater. That's a meteor. I was actually looking for Hiroshima specifically.
Project Sedan, you're talking about?
Hiroshima. Let's see. They took pictures of Hiroshima. What's this? Bomb crater. No. Let's just do nuclear bomb crater. That's not how you spell crater. I think if you look at these, you'll find that bombs, when they explode over the surface of the Earth, right before impact, and a lot of them are designed to do that. When they do that, you're going to get a pretty round explosion crater.
So just on that, okay, common sense, right? Why?
Because when things explode, they explode equally in all directions.
I'm just saying, what would be the purpose for a bomb to explode in a circle on the ground?
Would be the purpose of it?
Cause the most damage with a bomb. So you need it to spread. Why would you have a bomb that just forms a circle in the ground?
Well, that's what bombs do when they explode. There's not really a choice.
The problem. Hang on. So it was detonated. So the Sedan crater was detonated underground.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, a lot of these other ones not.
I'm just saying, for a bomb to have an impact, it would have to have an impact that the effectiveness of a bomb is to spread damage.
Yeah.
It's not to form a hole. Like
it is.
I'm just
it's
saying,
to create the biggest radius of damage you can create.
That's correct.
Right. And that would be a circle. That would be the most effective way to get the biggest radius. Spreading it out randomly in random directions is not effective.
Okay. All right, let's get on to our next topic. We're always going to do that. So let's get on to
yeah,
the other one.
I don't like just going to the next topic. I don't just like going to the next topic. If
I
bomb...
just called you the Sedan crater. You said it bombed from above. So all of those craters that you showed me in that Sedan photo, they're
all of these I'm showing you right now are all underground explosions.
No, you're just showing me photos. Give me one again. I just proved you wrong on the Sedan crater. Can you give me another one?
Sure, I'm sure I can.
Okay. Also, while you're there, just on the gravity thing.
Any bomb will do.
Yeah, anything. Just any. It's a bit like the what I'm looking at is the Pennsylvania.
You're looking at all around ones. Let me put.
Sissy.
It looks to give me this Sedan. So what's this one?
That looks like a Sedan as well.
It's not. It's Cabriolet crater. It's just a picture though. Got no details. Cabriolet.
That's all right. Don't make the eggs and bake it. Go down to the beach. Go down the beach. There's a coffee shop on the beach, just 100 metres away. Yeah, redhead? Yeah. It's a coffee shop. Do you want to get it? Yeah.
All right. I mean, look. So you disagree that something that explodes above the ground would cause a crater?
100%.
Okay.
100%.
All right.
Well, only reason I'm saying it is because it, like, like I talk about, the common sense aspect is of a bomb. It's to cause extreme damage, and the purpose of it going into the ground wouldn't really cause extreme damage. You'd want it to more. So when I tennis coached a billionaire in America in San Diego, Alan Carmesa. Always self-made HTS high tech solutions he created, and then I coached him in San Diego and in La Jolla, and he was working with Boeing and stuff, and they said the greatest damage you can cause is a nuclear shower. Like, they were trying to shoot nuclear weapons out of the sky and using Alan's software. And he was saying that when I was talking to the guy from Boeing, he said the greatest effect you'll ever have with a bomb is to have a nuclear shower. So they were trying to create software to hit it in between two spheres so it wouldn't cause that shower within our own atmosphere. So it was pretty interesting topic back in 201, because I was living there for 9/11 in America, living in San Fran, coaching at Golden Gate Park there. But it's and that I've always taken that on, like what he said. So the purpose of a bomb really is to cause extreme damage, not to cause a hole. That's not to do that.
Okay, but if you just put a block of C4 on the ground and blow it up, you're gonna have a circular hole.
100% on the ground.
Yeah. So okay. So if you okay,
when you've got an object coming in at 17,000 miles.
If I take the C4 and I dangle it from a string and hold it a foot off the ground, would I still end up with a blast crater underneath it?
No, you wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't. So just because you lift it off the ground, there's no downward impact into the ground.
You think there would be a hole?
Absolutely.
Incorrect. That wouldn't be a hole. That's not how it works.
That is how it works. The force of the explosion is going in all directions. The ground is in the way. The ground is in the way. So that explosion going downward is going to impact the ground and blow a hole in the ground.
Okay. So I'll give you an example. Okay. So let's just say a meteorite has passed through. It's flying at what? Can you give me a speed? What you think? 17,000. You happy with that?
A meteorite? Oh yeah, whatever.
Well, what they're saying.
Sure.
Speed.
Probably faster than that, but sure, okay.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's right. Maybe faster. So we'll go with the minimum, right? 17,000 miles per hour, right? So when that meteorite breaks off, does anything, this is just not even common sense. This is just basic logic that if it was to break off, it would scrape the ground and not form a hole. All of those are formed, and that's why I talked to you about maybe they could be geysers, because they would form natural geysers. They would form as any kind of meteorite leaving and coming in here would scrape the earth. You could do that as a basic experiment. I could do it as a basic experiment. Skim the water on a water. Skim a rock on a water. It will skim for how many times it does it. It's not going to form a circle.
That's because you're skimming. You're skimming a rock. I agree. If a meteor hits the ground and impacts the ground, unless it's coming at a perfect 90-degree angle, there's going to be an oblong crater.
But the Earth's still spinning.
Well, the spinning doesn't have anything to do with it. I mean, you're impacting the ground when you're impacting the ground. What does the spinning have to do with it?
Earth's still spinning when it hits.
Yeah, but the meteor's entering the ground. I mean, it's not like the meteor enters the ground, the Earth's spinning, and the meteor's like not spinning with it anymore.
But what I'm saying is, if the Earth's still spinning when it hits, even if it comes straight down, it will still spin. So it can't form that perfect circle. And you've got to remember, people say, "Oh, it's 24 hours that the Earth spins." At 1,000 miles per hour, which is a ridiculous statement. It's 1,000 miles per hour. It's okay. And this is the other thing just about the Earth spinning.
What?
We never feel motion.
Okay. Well, is that your next question?
Nah, my next question's about Venus, obviously. Okay. Because I've got to go. Because I apologize. She's just waking up, but
That's
Venus
fine.
is
Okay, let me just
yeah,
end the
Venus-
last thing with if you
Okay,
look
go.
up
Yeah.
meteor impacts on the moon, you will see a lot of oblong craters. And I just Googled it for you because I don't know if you can see it, but there's oblong craters all over the moon. A lot of them. There's no atmosphere
Yeah.
on the moon, so a lot more meteors reach the
Now
surface.
hit that photo, and I'll explain it to you. Hit that photo. Can you find me a depth of that?
A depth? No, I don't.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Because most of the impact craters on the moon are all surface.
What does that mean? Their surface. What does that mean?
But there's no gravity, there's no atmosphere. These things should be coming in at an extraordinary rate. There's nothing to hold any kind of meteorite.
But there is
the
gravity. There's 100% gravity. There's 1/6 the Earth's gravity.
Yeah, 1/6. Okay. But I'm just saying, to stop these things from really flying in and causing damage, you would think that it would be bombarded, not with just circular, which is currently on the moon, constantly circular. And what they're saying on there, was that documentary?
Okay, what's this one right here? What's this one right here?
Yeah, but can we, like you said, we need to see the...
Look at this. You can actually see where it came in on from the left to right. There's
But look how round
there's like skid marks here on it.
it's round. That is round.
This is an oval, buddy.
Round. That's oval.
This is round. This is an oval.
Well, it's the same thing.
No. An oval is not the same thing as round.
To the left.
If you throw a rock into the dirt on an angle, it's going to make an oblong shape like this.
Okay, now I want you to do me a favor. Now throw it in at 17,000 miles per hour.
Okay, it's just going to be a bigger hole.
It's going to go for ages.
What does that mean, go for ages? Look at this one. Look at this skid mark. Look at this impact. Look at this one. You know what? Nobody's even seeing these things I'm showing here. Oh, God.
But Venus. Let's finish with Venus.
Too. I got to put this on. I'm showing these so people can see them. This is what I was talking about. This one. I didn't realize they couldn't see this.
That's not a crater mark, by the way.
That's not these aren't crater marks. What are they?
Not a crater.
What are they? This is what I mean. What you got? Why do you guys just say random things like that?
I'm just saying you can't prove that's a crater mark.
I can't prove it's a crater. I can see them. I can see them with my telescope. I mean, I can't prove they were craters, but I can see them with my telescope, and they certainly look like craters.
Okay. Right. But you don't know, and that's the truth. Is that correct? You're just assuming, like I did.
There are videos of meteors hitting the moon.
Where?
They're from telescopes. I mean, they're just like they're little flashes of light, but they're the impact explosions.
There's also videos, tens of thousands of videos taken from all over this planet that we saw Venus through the moon.
We
Everywhere.
saw Venus through the moon.
Which means...
Nobody saw Venus through the moon, buddy.
There we go. Google it.
Google it?
Yeah, Google it. So we saw explosions during the solar eclipse on the moon.
Venus through the moon.
Photo. There it is. Right there. Explain it.
I'm clicking on the wrong thing.
What is that? They're the images.
The lunar occultation of Venus refers to a natural phenomenon in which the moon phases in front of Venus. So what? That sounds normal.
There you go. But we took a photo.
What's the problem?
Straight through, which means it's plasma. It's not a hard object.
What?
You can't take a photo to a solid object of Venus. You know that. That's just borderline, beyond common sense. That's just reality. Look at it.
Okay.
The moon is plasma.
So who says this is Venus?
It doesn't matter.
It does matter. It could be anything. That could be a fucking. That could be a bad pixel in the camera. It could be the light of a plane. Who says that's Venus, dude? You can't believe everything you just see on the internet, man.
I didn't
really. For someone who's so skeptical, you got to do like some like level of.
You just showed me a photo. Sedan Project said the bomb took place over the ground, and I proved to you that it was.
No, you proved to me nothing. I was live looking up stuff as we're talking.
You looked through a telescope, and you see objects hit the moon. I'm showing you a photo of an object going through the moon.
You don't know what that is.
It doesn't matter, Globey.
It does matter what that is. It could be anything. It could be something on this side of the moon. It could be an airplane's headlight, man.
Not just the only photo, Globey. Airplane.
It is.
Airplane.
It is.
No, it's not. Look below.
What?
There's plenty of photos.
Well,
there's plenty of photos.
No, these are all not in front of the moon. You
No,
have this one. What's this? What is this?
There you go.
This can't look faker. What is this? Oh, good.
Oh, good.
It's giving me warnings.
No, that looks like you're on a spiritual side or something.
Yeah, this is bullshit. This is
that's a bullshit one.
There's no pictures of Venus in front of the moon, dude.
Yes, there is. There's shitloads.
Where?
Did it the other day. It's only like
they're
less than
always
a month
like
ago.
this. They're always right on the edge of the moon, man. They're always right on the edge.
Now, hang on a second. So you just said they're always right on the edge.
Yeah, like
so
right before the moon. Like they're not. They're not in front of the moon.
No, they can't be in front of the moon.
Well, that's what you're saying, isn't it? What you're saying? We're seeing it through the moon, is what you're saying. Right.
Through the moon.
We're not seeing it through the moon.
Yes, we are.
We okay, but we never have. Where's a picture of it that's confirmed to be Venus?
You got it up. The very first.
This
photo.
one right here. How do I know that's Venus, man? You're believing this without confirming this. So what I would do was okay.
So what I'm asking. Okay, so you say that the moon is 384,000 kilometers away. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
yes.
Now that object just there would have to be massive. It's not an ISS. It's not a plane. It would have to, and it's illuminated.
It doesn't have to be massive.
It would have to be extraordinarily massive. Look at the size of the moon compared to it. It doesn't matter what the object is. We're seeing it through the moon.
Maybe it's just delayed. So would you admit that something closer would look bigger? Right? What if this is the headlight of a plane? It could be absolutely be a headlight of a plane.
Globey. Stop it.
Oh, okay. So I can stop whatever you want me to stop, but this is still could be the headlight of a plane.
Oh.
Why is this not showing?
Of a plane.
Yeah, that literally could be something on the lens and it would look that big, right?
Now the plane's just flying directly straight at Earth on a kamikaze collision with us. Because that's what planes do. They fly directly straight at us from Earth.
Planes can fly at you. Yeah, yes.
If you're on an airport waiting for it to come down.
All right. Listen, if you can find me a confirmed picture of Venus through the moon, we can talk.
We did. That's confirmed.
Where is it confirmed? Where is it confirmed? Somebody on Reddit posted it.
I'll find it. I'll find the confirmation. I'll find it all. Right?
Someone on Reddit said, hey, look what I caught. I don't even know if he claimed it was Venus. Oh, yeah, Moon and Venus last night. Yeah, he did claim it was Venus. Yeah. So what I would do is look at the date and time he posted it. He said last night. Then I'd look for his location, and I'd look to see where Venus was in the sky, right? So look, let's do it. This was created November 22nd, 2012. This is what I love. This is what I love about the internet. All right, why is anybody seeing this?
You need to find where he is.
Man, what the fuck is going on with this stupid thing?
And by the way, your stellarium. So one of your beautiful mates, one of your Globe guys that he follows you too, said I couldn't see Venus 3 nights ago. I've tried to get Jenna. Tried to get my partner to send me the video I did. And he said, you will not see Venus in... Oh, you could Google this as well, by the way. You could do this because I need your backing. He said on Stellarium, you would not see Venus in the sky at night or in the morning in Sydney.
That's the only times you would see it. Who said that?
That's right. Okay. So, but he said that it's below the horizon in Sydney at 3:30 p.m. and you can't see it twice. And I've already proven. I got up in the morning, saw Venus, and then I got at 3. Oh, it wasn't even 3. It was like 4:30 in the afternoon, and I saw Venus again in the night, in the day sky.
You would see it at both dusk and dawn.
You can't.
That's what I would
Globey
say.
on a spinning globe.
Okay.
Globey,
sure?
Concentrate.
All right. Date and
Something
time.
that.
Hold on, one thing at a time here. November.
Okay.
November 22nd.
Mm.
All right. What year was this? Shouldn't matter.
Let me just tell you. I'll tell you why. It's 100%.
2 months
up.
ago. This year. All right.
Yeah.
Or last year.
It's 100%. Last year. No, November. You said.
November 22nd. Yeah. So.
Yeah, it's 100% in the night sky.
And
because remember, I was doing.
I believe it. But he said, I was looking for Saturn, Moon and Venus last night, and he posted this on the 22nd of. So if we're believing his words, it should be November 21st.
Yeah, fine. Yeah, I'm happy with that.
All right, and then let's find Venus. Okay, this isn't shaping up to be too good right now for him. All right, so how do I get... All right, so Stellarium opens up to my other monitor. I don't know how to get it on my... so you can see it.
It's all good.
Let me share my other screen. There we go. All right, you guys should be able to see this now.
No, we can't. We can only see the screen you got.
Yeah, I'm going to switch it to my Stellarium.
Oh.
All right, you should be able to see that now. All right, so I'm going to look for Venus, and it is below the horizon right now. If I take the ground away, there's Venus. Okay. Now I can change the time. Let's see if Venus ever goes into the days. No, that's daytime. Let's go the other way. All right, so there's Venus at night. It's nowhere near the moon. It's nowhere near the moon. Where's the moon?
Yeah, but you got to figure out what location you're at.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to figure out where he was. You can't just say that.
It should be close enough. Look, the moon's on the ground.
Okay. Okay. Should be close enough. Or it'd have to be close enough if you're taking a photo of it.
This is from North America. South America, the moon is still underground.
What I've done...
Let's try Australia.
So what I've done is this, right?
Nope.
So go back to the Reddit.
Nope. Venus is nowhere near it. Okay.
Okay. So well, I'm thinking it's pretty close. Because go back to the Reddit, and on the side, on the commenting side, people are saying, "Yeah, I got this at dusk tonight as well," and it's photos of the moon and Venus very close to each other. Yep, the moon and Venus last week, right beside each other. Yep, moon and Venus. Yep, moon and Venus. Same time frame on the right hand side, where people are taking photos saying, "Yeah, they're close together."
Okay, but close together is not in front of each other.
But it looks like it's sort of passing through. What's one of the comments say? He's got this photo.
It's nowhere near it on November 21st.
Can you see this? See this? So the other thing is, what I wanted to say is, your Stellarium and all those maps.
Yeah.
And I spoke to Stingray about this the other day. They're all for the globe.
That's because that's what we we live on, bro.
Exactly right.
It matters.
So they're all globe.
But But everything we see in Stellarium matches what we see in real life.
No, it doesn't. Because
100% it does.
Okay, ready? Ready? I'll do this.
Yeah.
I'll do this. Should I see Venus? Hang on. I'll just do this for me.
Oh my
3
God.
days ago. Should I see Venus in Thurul? I'll even give you just Wollongong. Should I have seen Venus in Wollongong at 4 p.m.?
I don't know where that is. Where is that?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Sydney. It's near Sydney. So I can spell it for you. Just even put Sydney.
I'll put
Wouldn't matter
Sydney.
because it's only,
Yeah.
only 50 kilometres away. All right? So just put Sydney 3 days ago. When I was down in Wollongong, Bob. Today, 3 days ago. It was a Good Friday. Or Good Friday, Easter Saturday, one of them.
Okay, 3 days ago.
Because I have it on video.
And what is that? The
And I'm waiting for Jenna. I'm waiting for my partner to send it. I asked her to send it to me so when we had this conversation, it would work.
Okay. So now what am I looking for?
Just is it visible at 4 p.m.?
Venus at on the 18th at
4 p.m. 3:34. I was around there.
4 p.m. I mean, that's daytime.
Yeah.
So why would it be visible? Is the sun set at 4:30 there?
No,
No.
So this is so.
This doesn't show any stars in the sky at 4:30.
Yeah, correct. Okay, that's correct.
I wouldn't
But-
expect any.
Okay, hang on a second. But the stars are there. Is that correct?
Sure.
They are there.
Sure, you just can't see them.
So show me where Venus is now.
Right now in the daytime.
In that one, yeah. And what you're doing now, can you show me?
It's under the ground.
Exactly. I have a video.
It's right here.
I have a video done on Star Tracker. I did it all properly for you, so you wouldn't get upset at me. And she's filming from her phone onto my phone, and I've got Star Tracker. I show the sun. I show all the things that are on Star Tracker, and I show you that is Venus at 3 o'clock, sitting extremely high in the sky.
How do
That
you see it? How do you seeing it?
Hang on, it says it on Star Tracker. I'm not saying. I just asked you a question. Even though the stars are, you can't visibly see them, but they're there. Is that correct? You said yes.
Mm-hmm.
Venus was there in the high sky. I couldn't visually see it, but I can't visually see the Statue of Liberty right now either. But I know it's there.
You're talking about your phone Star Tracker app or something?
Yep.
Mm.
Okay.
Did you make sure it was calibrated? Because those things, those things are often wrong. You gotta it tells you gotta take your phone and spin it to calibrate your GPS.
I didn't do that. I made sure I zoomed out.
No, I don't think you did.
I did.
I don't think you did because it's not possible.
Okay, but hang on. If I can show it to you, when I get it, I'll send it over to you. I might have to get your email or something because they won't allow me to send it. They won't allow
calibrate it. Calibrate it.
I'll keep doing it, Globey. Okay, this is the other thing.
Yeah.
Can we quickly talk about it? Just quickly, all right? Because I came up with another thing that makes no sense, okay? So day and night, every single day and night, you can see Venus. So it will rise and set at a certain time, right? Even though it's not there, like I just said
not
to you
every
then.
day and night, but yeah, only
Okay,
in morning and night, and only at sunrise and sunset.
That's correct, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a lie because I saw it at 3:30. But
No, you didn't.
On that, on a spinning globe, okay, so we just went through inferior, right? When you go through inferior, it's heading away from us, right? And in how many days, 500 days, whatever it is, it will come back and it's inferior again. The problem is when it goes around the sun, right? Do you want me to do a sort of model so you can sort of see it? I'll try and do one really quickly. All right. So, could I spin this camera around?
Yeah.
You found Jupiter, did you? I don't know how to turn the screen on. How? Sorry, this is my daughter. Okay, sorry.
You're using your cell phone?
Yeah. Have you done it? Oh, she did it. She's a gun. All right. 14-year-old.
Of course she did.
Yeah. So there's a. So let's just say that's the sun, right? And this is Venus where it is now, and there's Earth, right? So it's just gone past inferior, right? So sun, wherever you want it. This is just what I'm like. I normally use fruit, but it goes around the sun, okay? And we keep traveling and we keep traveling. When it gets to superior, right? Superior, so superior would be there, but it's getting to that point.
Yeah.
If this part here, this little bit here, that little hole is Australia, and when we turn into the sun, and it's nearly superior, or it wouldn't even matter if it was over fucking here, you would actually never see Venus in the morning.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah, you wouldn't see Venus when it's on that side of the sun.
Okay, thank you. I like that. I appreciate that. But I'll switch it up. But we do, and this is the problem.
Don't think
we
do.
only see. So I've gone through all the dates already, right, to check because I wanted to have this discussion. There's only like 8 days we don't see it. 8 days that we don't see it in.
Well, I don't know. Where'd you come up with that?
I went through all the time and date on Venus, time and date app on Venus. And you're terrible at this, by the way, because me and you've had discussions about Venus, and you're
Terrible.
about Venus.
You're asking me to guess based on stellarium.
You told me based on stellarium that I wasn't going to see it in February. Then you changed it again to March. Then you said January. Then you changed it again to February, and then you changed it again to March. And I said, Globey, are you going to become a flat earther if I can prove it? I did the same to this guy. I've got the video.
But you can't see it now. You're saying your app says it's out during the day, right?
It is.
But no, but you're.
It on a spinning globe.
Can you see Venus at night right now?
Yes. So we see it at night. So we see it at 5 o'clock it's around 4 o'clock, I think. What's the last video? No, it was like 4 in the morning. Sorry, I apologize. It's 5 in the morning, 4 in the morning.
It was
we're
6
seeing
o'clock that we're seeing it. Because remember we took that video?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, what time's that?
6 o'clock.
There you go.
And based on your bad phone GPS, I'm not sure that was Venus, but.
The camera, shoot the camera. There we go. She does a video for me last night.
So it was at 6 o'clock.
Wait.
I don't know if you can...
We're on Star Tracker. There we go.
There's Venus right there.
Venus right there.
And that's...
Watch what we do. And we move.
Wait, when are you moving?
Venus.
Oh.
Venus.
And that was at 6 o'clock.
That was at 6
Okay,
o'clock.
but you said you did that at 3 o'clock?
In the afternoon the other day. It was like
But
4.
you don't have that one.
No, Jenna's, it's on my partner's. No, I text her.
She's at work.
Yeah, she's at work. I text her and said, can you send it to me?
Pluto. There's the moon.
Yes, Papa.
So that was what? That was 6 o'clock, you said?
Yeah. It's a bit earlier, probably. How'd you get Star Trek on there? Where's Venus now? Please show me where Venus is.
All right. No offense. I completely don't believe you.
I'm telling you. Can you do me a favor and wait for the video?
Hold on. This
Fair
is
deal?
420. What video? Yeah.
Fair, okay, fair deal.
What
But
direction?
if
What direction did your phone say you were looking?
Okay, so the sun. So as always, as of visually.
Mm-hmm.
As of
Sunsets to the
visually-
west.
So as of visually, yeah. So it was going to the west.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see it all anyway, but you'll see the sun and you'll see Venus. And like I've always said, it feels like all the planets are following, going behind or in front of the sun on that rotation, whatever they're doing. I don't know exactly if they're part of the firmament and they're going around, which I think that's what's happening, obviously.
They're not.
Yeah, and that's fine. But I'm proving to you that you can't see an object on a spinning globe twice. once in the morning and once at night. It's called the morning and evening star.
But if it's a globe and it's spinning, you would expect to see it in the morning and night.
You wouldn't, bro, because you can't.
Because you're turning around the whole thing. You're coming around.
That's right. It's sun facing. Google Mercury. Mercury is over half the distance to the sun. It's small, and we see it morning and night. It's that close to the sun.
Okay.
It shouldn't happen.
Well, I'm telling you, you were looking at Jupiter.
I'm telling you that on last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, last night you may be right on last night because maybe that calibration wasn't right. But I'm telling you, the other day,
the other one wasn't right either, though. I don't understand. This is showing me. This is showing me Venus is not out during the night for you right now.
There was a reason for last night
when the sun's setting.
There was no other objects in the sky.
Okay, so why don't you go out tonight and film Venus for me?
Okay, and
you're not going to do it.
I'll tell you this: it's not out at night.
As the sun's setting, you're saying.
Out at 3 o'clock, 3:30, 4 o'clock, and I've already done that.
It is out at. Hold on, 3.
That's right.
It is out at 3 or 5, but you're not seeing it.
That's not the point.
That is the point.
It is there.
Yeah.
You just told me before. It's there. Now, on a spinning globe, that can't happen.
Why?
Are you kidding me? You're facing completely the wrong direction.
No, you're not. At that time of day, you're on the sun side of Earth, so you can't.
No, you're not.
Wait, it's daytime, right? It's daytime, right?
It doesn't matter.
Wait,
you can't. You're in the wrong direction.
God help us all. Oh my God, you're spinning in the wrong direction. What does that even mean?
Okay,
you're spinning from east to west, right?
Do it again. I'll do it again. Right, here we are. Right, let's do it this one. Right, let's do it this one. I'll do it this one.
Do it slow so everyone can see, including me. It's too fast for me.
All right, that's Venus. Right, now we've got cotton pads, next level. All right, so we come in the morning and we see it at 3. Okay, that's where 5 o'clock. Sorry, I think it's 5 at the moment. Is that right? Sound about right?
No, more like 3. Yeah.
Is it in the morning? Are you sure?
Oh, in the morning? Oh, hold on. Let me see in the morning. I don't know where the hell where is this thing? Oh, Venus. No, it's still on the ground in the 3. Hold on, 4. About around 4. It's just above the horizon at 4.
All right, so we're there. So we're happy there. That's Sydney. We're happy there because you got to go there.
But that's right over your head. That's 90 degrees over your head, right?
What do you mean? Yeah, it is. At the moment, it is. Yeah.
So you got.
So do you want me?
And it's not. Scale matters here, bro. I mean, scale matters here.
Just my thing is not about scale.
But it is. Scale matters because we're talking angles.
Tell me what you want me to do then.
If angles matter because we're talking about what angle we should be able to see things at, then scale matters.
I'm happy with that. Okay, so tell me what you need me to do.
I'd scale it, which you can't really do with your glass right there.
I've got, yeah.
Yeah, I know. This is the problem, right? But if you put that to scale, suddenly you'll see that it works.
I use 2 cotton.
No. You need to. What you would need to do was establish a scale. Say 1 inch is, a million miles, right?
I understand.
And then build a model to scale, and you'll see it works.
I understand that, but I just want you to answer me one thing. Just one.
What?
Okay, one. All right, watch this.
What should I answer you?
Are you happy with that 3? Because that's the sun, right? Yeah. Are you happy that would be 3 a.m.? If that's the sun, 3 a.m.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Where are you? The plug?
That's the sun. That's midday.
Yeah.
And that would be 3 a.m. in the morning.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Okay. Done. Okay. That is 3 p.m. That
well, not quite, but okay.
Okay. That is Venus.
Okay. Now look. Now if everything was a little bit further away, if you were standing at that plug, you'd be able to look across.
You can't see over the globe.
No, you
You're
don't
on
have
a
to see
curve.
over the. It'd be low on the horizon. You don't have to see over the globe.
Hours.
Yeah.
12 hours. It's not even 12 hours. It's like 13 hours. We're talking about it's over here.
No, bro, no.
How?
Oh, man, it's amazing how long you've been arguing about this. If you just took, do you have a globe in your house or a ball?
No one's, this house, the other house. No one's proven me wrong, Globey.
But you can prove yourself right.
I can't prove myself. I already have proved myself right.
Or wrong.
And this is, so you could do this for me, right? Okay, do this for me. Okay?
Okay.
You do it. You do it.
Why do I have to do it?
Yeah, well, you said that it's easily provable.
Yeah, you have to do it to scale. You can actually just pull up a computer model that's to scale.
Put the technology right in front of you. Do it to scale.
Do it to scale.
No, do it to scale.
You know what? I could build it in Blender to scale for you. You want me to do it in Blender to scale for you?
Yep. Let's do it.
I can do. Well, not right now.
Okay. Because Jaron did this last time and he did it. Remember?
Not really.
Yeah. Well, last time we had this debate.
And what was wrong with his to scale? What was?
And he was like, "Well, it makes no sense." And he said, "But I'll get back to you and I'll do a video." And I said, "Fine, we'll do it." Right. So what I'm trying to say is at 3 p.m, where I'm taking, where it's above the horizon, where you say, well, you did eventually just say it was above the horizon. My factor is that 12 hours later, we are facing a completely different direction.
Yeah.
You can't see through the sun. It should just come up with no visibility to Venus until...
It's sunrise. It's not through the sun. It's sunrise. Because you're on the edge of the globe there. You're on the edge of the globe. You're at the terminator line on both sides. That's 12 hours apart. You're here at sunrise and here at sunset. That's 12 hours apart.
Incorrect. You're 3 p.m., not here at sunrise, here at sunset. I see Venus, and I've done this video.
You don't see it at 3 p.m. It's in the sky 3 p.m., but you don't see it. It's blocked by the sun. Exactly what you say should be happening on a globe.
That's right.
Yeah, you can't see it because the sun's out. But as you travel around the globe and get to where it's dark enough because the sun's now setting, it's dark enough to see it, you start to see it.
Yeah. Okay, how about this one? That's fine. I'll give you that if you want to go with that. But
I'll build you a model. All right.
Okay, but how about this one? How about if I've got a video of me, because this is probably going to be the only thing that's going to help you is videos. Right? So I've got a video of me, and I think I've showed you this anyway, but me seeing Venus at 10 p.m. at night.
You seeing Venus at 10 p.m. at night?
Yeah.
10 p.m.
Yeah. On the, I think it was November 22 last year. Yeah, done.
Yeah. Well, again, I'll believe anything you show me, but you gotta prove you're showing me what you think you're showing me.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. Like that video there. Why am I seeing that over here and that over there? What the fuck's going on? I'm bugging out right now. So make sure your phone's calibrated and
can I show you the video of, if I can show you that it might not have quite been 10, it might have been like 9:47. But if I can see Venus at 9:47 at night, I did this whole thing last year, you know that. 160 days of seeing Venus in the same spot. Like it was like, and I was seeing it late at night. How is that possible on a globe?
It's possible late at night. Yeah. It's just not possible midnight. Like halfway through the night, it's not possible.
Okay, look.
Late at night, early in the morning. It's possible.
How do you see it in the morning and then at night?
Okay. Again, I know it's hard to visualize. I guess I'll build you a model. I promise you.
Do the model for me.
All
All
right.
right, do a model for me. But until that model is up, and do it logically. Don't, because Shenanigans come up with this amazing, like, he was seeing half the world in his little bullshit model, and I'm like, come on, man. Like,
Okay,
be
hold
honest
on.
about.
Some people coming in from the chat. He's talking about 10 p.m. daylight savings time. So if you see
No.
if you're seeing it at 9:45, what time's the sun setting? Because that's important.
Like 7:30.
It very much depends on when the sun sets versus telling me what time you're seeing things.
You can't see it in the morning and night.
You can. And I'll prove that to you. But my point is, if you're seeing Venus, it's somewhere around sunset and sunrise. I don't care what time you're seeing it, because times get confusing with time zones and all that. Sunrise and sunset, that's the only time you're ever going to see it.
In a completely different view on a globe.
What is?
If you see it in the morning, 12 hours globe. If I
not.
face you now, hang on. If I face you to a wall,
Yeah.
standing in front of you right now, right?
Yeah.
And 12 hours later, I'm looking at that wall.
It's going to be in a different. It's going to be in a different cardinal direction.
Look, I'm looking at you
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, it's a different
Okay.
cardinal direction. Sure.
TV.
Mm-hmm.
In 12 hours, I'm here. It's not even. It's common sense.
No.
You
Venus. No. Venus. No. You can't see me, right?
No.
Yeah. I can't turn my camera on because it's on my. It's showing my YouTube. How can I do that? Oh, I can turn it off here. Let me see if this works. Let me turn that off. Let's see if I can do that. Nah, it doesn't like that. That's annoying. All right, I got to figure that out. It's
All good.
it won't let me. It won't let me switch my camera, but I'll have to. Yeah. All right, I'll build you a model, man. Don't worry.
Yeah, can you? That'd be awesome. Thanks for the chat. We'll have a look at a couple other things one time, but I'll send you that video as well if you just message me your email address.
Yeah. I'll message you. Yeah. All right, I'll message you.
All
Yeah,
right,
I got a
thanks.
Globey email.
Yeah, okay, done deal. All right, thanks, bro.
All right. By the way, you live in Australia, right? As you go,
Yeah, Sydney.
instead of focusing on Venus, maybe your next homework assignment should be to focus on Sigma Octantis.
Sigma 10.
Yeah.
Okay, why?
Because that's the South Pole star. And from where you are, it's always south of you, and it's always due south. No matter what time of night, no matter what day of the year, it's always there. Like Polaris is to me in the north, it's always there. To you, that's Polaris Australis, it's called. It's called Polaris fucking Australis.
So can I tell you something? So my people have been visually seeing this star in the sky for thousands of years. We have Aboriginal artwork on it.
Yeah.
For thousands of years, we've seen it in the night sky.
Yeah.
Common sense would tell you
But why are you ignoring it?
we're traveling at all these ridiculous speeds,
No,
and
no,
especially in 6 months' time, you can't.
That's an
see-
obfuscation. That's an obfuscation. That's that's a deflection. Okay.
Common sense. It's logical.
But those stars are okay. Are you also confused? Do you drive on highways there? You have a car where you drive or what? Right? Or you just ride kangaroos everywhere you go?
Yeah, I wish.
Okay.
Yeah, go on.
So if you're driving in a car and you're doing 70 and the car next to you is doing 70, are you surprised that that car is still next to you after 10 miles?
Okay, that's
He's still going to be there.
Done.
He's still going to be there. You're going to look out your window and that car is still going to be there.
Now, 100%. Now,
Okay.
100%.
So look,
Now, I want you to do what they say you're doing on your globe, and I want you to tilt 23 degrees. I want you to corkscrew 23 degrees, and then I want you to go around an object that you could fit 1.7 million into, and then face the other way, and will you still see the same car?
Yes.
Fuck, Globey.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah.
You won't.
Yeah,
You won't
you
because
will.
you're on the other side of a massive object.
No, because
In
93
6
million.
months you are.
Okay.
In 6 months, you're on the other side.
For example,
of a massive object.
Polaris is 940 billion miles away. Okay.
You don't know that.
It's 300 light years
You don't-
away.
You don't know that. You've never ever done the math. You are just
hold
believing
on,
what you're being told.
but I'm explaining to you why it works. You can say
No,
I
why?
don't. You can say I can't prove it all you want, but this is how it works. Things further
Okay.
away move slower, right?
Okay, so that's further away, right? And that's the thing. Okay, that's
Yeah.
Earth.
Yeah.
Okay, and when you tilt that object, even though it could be as far away as it wants, but when you tilt the 23 degrees for seasons, and when you go around the sun, when you go around the sun and tilt, you're facing a completely different direction.
No,
That's what I'm trying to say.
No. Put your if that cup,
I'll do that.
bro, if that
I'll
cup
do that more.
if that cup had an axis of rotation, that's always pointing in the same direction. Doesn't matter if it's
Okay.
tilted. Doesn't matter if it's tilted.
Okay, all right. Okay, so it doesn't matter what direction you're facing, you're still going to see it.
You're always facing the same direction. That's the point. Polaris is always aligned with the
So when you-
axis of the
so when you-
rotation of Earth.
So when you go around Earth and when you go around the sun and you're at night time,
Yeah, and 6
how
months
are
later.
you facing the same direction? Yeah, how are you facing the same direction?
Because you are. You're pointing in the same direction. You've only moved 93 million miles. Okay.
Okay, wait. I've gone in this direction here.
Yeah.
Right?
93 million miles. Yeah.
I go around in 6 months' time. I'm in this direction
Yeah,
here.
but your head's pointing at the same direction, right?
No, it's not.
Yeah. Oh,
Because
yeah, it is.
I'm in nighttime facing here. I go around the sun and I'm in nighttime facing there.
Yeah. Yeah. Your head straight
Okay.
up over your head, though. That's Polaris. Polaris is straight up over your head.
So over there, Polaris is just straight up there,
It's
non-moving.
straight up over your head. When you
Non-moving.
move 6 months around the sun, Polaris is still straight up over your head.
Okay, so let's just forget that. Let's talk about the Southern Cross in Australia, right? Hasn't moved ever.
Yeah.
Now that's not
Well,
straight
not
up
true.
down.
but-
That
okay.
yeah.
All the
It
stars
doesn't move.
all the stars have moved.
No,
No, I mean like the same time of year. If you measure the star the same time of year next year, it has moved.
yeah. Well, actually, no. The Big Dipper I'm seeing every single day.
Yes.
Every single month.
They only moves a little bit on our time scales, but they have moved. Polaris has moved in our skies several degrees.
6 months, I shouldn't see it. It's
Why?
not above my head because that's
The
like
Big Dipper?
straight out, typically on the horizon. I'll do a video for you. I'll do a video for you
Okay.
on that.
All right. You go have a good time. There's a
Thanks,
there's a reason why there's called equatorial constellations.
I know that.
They change every season, winter versus summer. But because they're behind the sun,
And
6
last
months
thing,
later.
how can you prove that the universe and all of us are moving at the same speed with your 70-kilometer car?
With my 70 kilometer, I'm just trying to give you an example of
I know you were giving me reference.
most
but I'm just saying.
most flat earthers don't don't realize the stars move with us. I would agree with you. It sounds absolutely crazy if the Earth is the thing that's moving, we're zigzagging, we're spinning, we're going around the galaxy, and the stars never change. That would be weird. But the stars moving with us. The stars are all going around the galaxy with us.
Who told you that? Why do you think
That's literally the model, bro.
you never feel motion ever? Shouldn't you feel motion?
No.
If a moon is going around us
No, we
on
shouldn't.
Newton's push and pull, the moon would have to accelerate once it passes in front of us again. It would have to slow us down, mass attracting mass. We would feel that motion.
No, we wouldn't.
When it goes back around us again, It's chasing us. We would be push-pulling if that's what it's doing. And then when it goes sun facing the moon, it would pull the moon away, and it would have to pull us as well.
But hold on. That's one thing at a time, though. Did you know the stars move with us?
No, the stars move. We don't move.
No. I mean in the globe model.
Okay, yes.
You're disproving the globe model, so you have to know what the globe model is, right?
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Right. So Polaris and all the stars are all, and our sun is all going around the Milky Way galaxy, around the black hole. Right. It's all so if you picture that as a big highway, our sun is moving with all those other stars the same direction and relatively the same speed, not exactly the same speed, but relatively the same speed. But they're so far away from each other.
Here's a question for you.
It's like a big highway and all the cars are moving the same direction.
Right. If that happened, what caused the stop to create matter, to create Earth? If we're all moving at exactly the same speed for billions of years, what caused the stop for us to create matter, so Earth and all the planets to exist? How did that happen? If you're saying that everything's traveling at exactly the same speed, how did what motion or what caused us to stop to create matter and to create Earth and all other planets? You just said that's all moving at the same.
I didn't say the same exact speed. No, I said similar speeds.
Fine, I'm happy with that.
Okay.
Similar speeds. What caused the stop to create all this matter?
Doesn't have to stop. Doesn't have to stop. If you have like, say,
gas should just be still traveling, like you said, 70 miles per hour. It should be just still traveling. What caused the stop for Earth to become what it's become?
If if there was a whole bunch of matter, right, floating around the galaxy, right?
Gas, dark matter. Remember, that's what they're saying.
Yeah, well, not dark matter. We're talking about heavy elements. We're talking about the stuff that creates planets, right?
Yeah, that's right. Okay, you're talking about it.
Well, that's what you asked me. That's what you asked me.
I'm talking about. Yes, I did. Sorry, I apologize. I'm talking about the motion that you talked about. What you say about what's going on in the galaxy is
gravity coalesced those
moving in the same speed, the same. What stopped that motion?
It didn't stop. Nothing had to stop. It didn't stop. We're still in that motion. It didn't stop. The stuff in one area collated into a big mass. It's still all moving in the same direction.
How and why? Why did it do it? If you said they're traveling at all the same motion, why did it do it?
Well, because of gravity. Mass has gravity. So the mass of the elements in the area coalesce together and form.
Okay, that's fine. It's formed.
But it's all at that same time. It's all moving.
Yeah, that's right. It's moving.
Yeah.
If it's moving at such an accelerating speed, and like you said, it's traveling at 70 miles per hour. You said it. Both cars. Right. How do we? And that's all I'm trying to say. Okay. These are questions I ask.
Can you build a puzzle while you're driving in a car?
Yeah.
Can you squeeze silly putty together while you're driving in a car? How do you do that if you're going 70 miles per hour?
Because I'm in a pressurized system.
Because everything in the car is moving with you, right?
Yeah, because it's pressurized.
No, it has nothing to do with pressure. It has to do with momentum. Everything's moving with you.
Yeah, but it's contained.
You can open the windows and you can still do a puzzle, right?
Oh, come on.
It's not pressurized. Everything's moving with you.
Okay. So now take the car away, right? Now and travel at 300 and take the car away, and it's just me amazingly traveling at 300 kilometers per hour.
Sure.
Right? Could I do the same thing?
In space, you could, yeah. There's no air resistance.
No, I just asked you. We weren't talking about space. I just said if I'm traveling at 500, let's go higher. Let's go 500 kilometers an hour. Could I do the same thing?
No, because you're encountering air resistance.
Exactly right. And that's what I'm saying to you.
But there's no air resistance in space, Freddo.
We don't know that.
No, we do know that. There's nothing in space. Things moving through space don't encounter air resistance.
I don't believe space exists. So what I'm trying to say to you is...
what are you trying to say to me?
What I'm trying to say is, that analogy that you just used, It's not true.
It is true. We're talking about momentum, not air resistance. If there's a whole bunch of hydrogen and helium and carbon, and it's all floating around in space, but it's all moving around the galaxy in an orbit around the Milky Way, right?
Can you prove that?
No, but you asked me what's happening.
No.
Don't ask me to prove something yet. You have to understand what's happening first.
Okay. I have to understand what's happening.
Yeah. But you don't understand conservation of momentum, so we gotta start there.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
If you dumped a whole bunch of shit into a river, right? All that shit would enter the river and then float down the river, but it would stay together, right? Because you dropped it right where it was, right? It would stay down the river. It would go together, at least for a while.
That depends on how fast the river's going.
Yeah, this is the point. You understand what I'm saying? If you create a whirlpool in your pool, right? All the water's moving. If you drop something in there, like pool noodles, they'll all go around the pool together.
That's called a firmament.
It's not a firmament.
Firmament. That stars would go around. So you are correct. I like that. I like that.
Yeah, I'm glad you just somehow equated that to the firmament.
I know. Sorry. All right, brother. Thank you for the chat. Thanks, Russ.
All right. I'll see you later. Holy shit. Holy shit. Too bad he had to go. That could have went on for a long time. Why is this so far behind? God, this fucking restream. He's a funny flat earther. Oh my God. He's a weird flat earther. But he, whatever. It's pretty typical. It's can't visualize anything in 3 dimensions. Unfortunately, there's not a good model. Like I was pulling up, I have like Space Engine, right? And I have Celestia. And none of them are easy to use. None of them are like, none of them show you like a nice view from above where you can just mark Venus and mark Earth and then show them. They're very not user friendly. So I'll build something because why not? I got nothing else to do, I guess. But yeah, hey, look, he's a nice guy. He's not a piece of garbage. So there's that. He's sitting there hate watching now. You think so? He could be. Let's see how sorry, I'm trying to figure out this chat. How come I can't? Interesting. So you think that went well for the flat earther or not? Meanwhile, I'm trying to figure out. What in the fuck? hell is this doing? Oh man! All right, let's read the super chat. Derek, $2. Use Universe Sandbox to model scale. Universe Sandbox. Well, that's what I was looking for. Universe Sandbox. All right, I have to see if that one's any good. Let's see. Universe Sandbox. I have so many of these, and it's just like none of them are good. Fuck! It's $30. I mean, if it works, it's probably worth it, but... Oh, man. Oh, it's in Steam Early Access? See, let's see. I got Space Engine on Steam. And it kind of sucks. Not gonna lie. That's Celestia. Where's Space Engine? There's Space Engine. It's like I can only zoom out to here. That's it. It just stops. Like what's the point of that? And then when you like turn, look, it like distorts everything. It's like already I'm annoyed with it. I mean, it looks kind of cool. All right, how do I find... Let's search for Venus. All right, great. So now I went to Venus. So what does that do for me? That's all I can zoom out. Why is that all I can zoom out? I have to be using this thing wrong. Following Venus? Let's see. Spacecraft mode. Aircraft mode? Free mode. Let's try free mode. Nope, still can't zoom out. Oh man, this thing's all like it has so much potential and it just doesn't fucking do what I want it to do. Son of a bitch. I'll check out this Universe Sandbox. The Flat Earth one works. Probably. Shut up. Oh. Dynamite poop. $2. Stop using Fred for your tech guy. Oh my God. Fred can't tech. That's not nice. Don't insult Fred. What is his channel name? Someone's asking me. All right. Well. Hold on, I gotta try something out here. It's amazing how poor, absolute poor Restream is. Yeah, I don't know. Guess I'm gonna give up on this thing. Unless somebody in the chat knows how to use it. Oh my God. $23.29. So yeah, so he going back to Freddo. He was Freddo. He was angry with me for a long time because he thought I was picking on people. And maybe I was. But flat earthers need to be picked on. They just do. Some of them do anyway. Most of them do. But I got my whistle wet there, so let's see what's going on over in TikTok land.
Is that we're talking about, you know, the Zios, right? That converted. My question to you is, if they are not related again by bloodline, then how did they become the ethnicity of that? Then how does it become anti-Semitic to say
Dude,
anything
a lot
about
of fucking
that?
talking, Dip. Like, you put a lot of fucking words in my mouth. What do you mean?
Hold on, bro. Hold on. I'm gonna fucking mute you again, and I'm gonna explain.
You need to
again
talk to yourself. What the fuck? Later.
Bro, I don't.
Oh, Fred's in here. Oh, Fred. The Fred is in here. He's the one in the big box. Oh, God. You guys want me to go yell at Fred for a bit? If you haven't been following, he was supposed to debate me 2 weeks ago now. Yeah, like, I don't know, 2 Sundays ago. And the quick story is, we talked on a Thursday. We tentatively agreed to a Sunday debate that Sunday on a neutral platform. I was going to go find some neutral platforms because I refused to do a debate on his channel where he has mod powers. He's just going to mute and block me, which is what he always does to everybody, not just me. So the whole point of the challenge, Fred, my top left debate nominee, to a debate was to prove that he won't debate without his mod powers. So I immediately went out Thursday night to look for platforms. I found some, and Friday morning I messaged him and said, look, I found XYZ, take a look. He didn't respond to me all of Friday and all of Saturday until Saturday night. And then was pissed that I was calling him a runner, that he was running away. Well, he spent 2 days ignoring me. I made videos for him. I tagged him in those videos. I direct messaged him the debate platforms that I found, all this information, and he ignored all of it until Saturday night. And then was like, how dare you say I'm running, blah, 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 blah. Well, dude, the debate's supposed to be Sunday, the next day. You spent 2 days ignoring me. Now we can't do Sunday. It's too late. It's too late. You got to book these places. You got to set up terms. We got to, whatever we're going to talk about, how to do the debate. It's too late. So he did that. I think he did that on purpose. Right. He did that he delayed on purpose so that it wouldn't happen. So now he's continually running. He wants me to sign a contract that whoever wins or whoever loses the debate will have to leave TikTok. That's his latest thing, which honestly I'm fine with because there's no chance I could lose a debate to him. But the problem is, to sign a contract, you need to give your legal name and stuff. So I'm not doxing myself for Fred. And I told him that. I gave him a verbal. That's not good enough for him. So he wants me to sign my legal name. Anyway, this is just another way for him to get out of the debate. Right. I have an open debate. Actually, I told him today, the 21st was an open debate time slot for him. But he won't do it. He won't do it unless he has mod powers. So I can go in there and yell at him and turn it into a shit show. We can see what happens with that.
Religion and stuff. How come when you say something about any Islamic religion, it becomes Islamophobia? But these same Muslims are actually Semite just as well as the J. So I don't get that. Why, when you say something else, it becomes anti-Semitic? When they are the real, actually, Semite. Does that make sense?
Yep. Well, and to me, it's the same thing as the people that call somebody racist is the racist person. You know what I mean? Like, and it's just weird how that shit falls into line like that. That's my opinion. I'm just saying.
Thank you. And for the record, I'm not trying to stir a fire or anything like that. I'm just telling these people, don't come to our channel. Don't go to anyone else's channel and try to accuse flat earthers of being anti-Semitic and all that kind of stuff, because it's not true. Not only that, most of the people that you guys refer to are supposedly are the ones that are causing the genocide, if that makes sense. And I'm calling them genocide because that's exactly what that is.
Genocide?
When they they're just deflecting. They're deflecting.
What's
when
genocide?
They speak that word, they just should go click. You shouldn't be, hey, no, this is how it is. You should just go boop. And then they'll get the fucking hint that every time they say the word in the chat or the thing, they get the boot.
Oh, there's Fred.
Exactly. You know what else, Fred? The same people, which is Level Devil and
I'd like
Hope
to see
and
that catch that guy in the back alley.
Oh,
they were talking about what's his name?
Would you, Fred?
Schnitzler. They're talking about, hey, do you guys think Schnitzler's a good guy?
They're the supporters of Schnitzler.
You see what I mean? So it's just hypocrisy at its finest. What, Pope? You guys gonna sit there and just take it like that? Globey McGlobeface, why don't you come up? You've been calling Fred that he's been actually doing nothing. He's running away from you.
He's asking me to
come on up.
How
you want me to
nice.
drop?
I don't
I'll
run
drop.
from you, Globey. You ran from me. And
Here, I'll drop
cried
for
like
you.
a
I'll drop
bitch.
for you. No, I'll drop for him. I'll drop for him. Here, you can stay. I'll drop. Come on up, buddy. I'll drop.
Well, how are you? It's your life, isn't it?
Yeah, I just dropped.
What the hell is he talking about?
I didn't notice. Sorry.
Sorry, Alien. I'm bringing it back,
How we
bro.
even get in this live?
Get to listen to him cry for another hour.
Oh my God!
That's all he's gonna do.
See this face on my screen? This is what happens from your breath in northern Canada when it's cold.
Where?
Because you get big fogs of breath.
Yep.
That's from the condensation on your breath, from your breath. That didn't happen to those clowns at their fake observation in the Antarctic.
What's up now?
Wait, are you saying Globey McGlobeface got that same got milk and we thought it was actually got milk and it was actually snow from his breath?
Yep.
Is that why he got the mustache milk?
Yo,
Globey McGlobeface is probably drinking juice.
They
hanging
changed
out with
something. I don't know
McToon
what
in
the
a furry
fucking-
suit.
This web app. The web app changed something. I don't know where the game request.
Sounds
button
about
is.
right.
And it might have been some of Pope's madness. You
Where the
never
fuck's
know.
the request button?
Now that's something that needs to be talked about and exposed.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Hold on. Something's going on here. There's
That's the-
that. Let's just go back in.
And we're putting out misinformation. So they have this, they decide they can just jump on
course not.
scream at anybody and say, that's misinformation.
What's the goddamn join
You know,
button?
just got to drop them, got to block them, get them out of there.
Yeah, sorry guys.
Hey, McGlobeface.
Last bit.
God, bud.
No, I was just saying, while you're waiting for Globey McGlobeface,
this thing's all
that was
fucked
way
up.
over my head what was just going on there. I don't know what the what that was regarding, because I'm listening. It's the Semite you were talking about?
Oh, so we have a guy named Level Double. They're
I'm aware of
globe
it,
cells. Yep. So all these guys that have the part, literally group haters. I mean, group hates or hate groups. Because here's what's happening.
It sounds like you're upset. That's all it sounds like.
And it sounds like I am very upset. You are correct. So let me piss off at you. Here's what happened. So this guy, they did go in their rooms and they literally recruit people to come over here and troll us. I'm not kidding you. That's exactly what happens, and that's what these certain individuals are doing. Here's an example of them. Go ahead, Wolf. Let's see how much common sense.
I don't know why I can't request up. I don't know where the button's gone. The fucking button's gone. Wait, let me. This is the app, right?
To these people on a regular, so I don't know how your theory even holds up. So, anyways,
I don't know what's going. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
No,
It hasn't installed the live component and will when you close it. What does that mean? I've always had the live component. Here, let me just close everything. What does that
TikTok
mean?
has a ridiculous amount of flat earthers on it.
Not interested in what we do, and you don't care about the truth nor.
Where the fuck's the live component?
Are we trolling?
Where'd it
or
go?
Are we given information that you don't want to accept?
When you're running a live,
by the way.
watching our lives, you're trolling.
Yes.
No,
Why
wait a
would I
second.
need
So
to?
You
watch
can't
other
bring
people's
any
lives.
information
If
that
you
we can't debunk.
And why do I want information from you if I'm
If
actually?
you watch other people's lives, you do same.
I was in your position. I don't need the other information. I knew the
Oh,
information.
it's because I'm.
So the
hold
question
on.
is, if you're
I can't go
fucking in
live.
here participating, why are you outside watching?
Hold on.
I
That
can't
would
go
be
live through
trolling.
this. I gotta go. I
Wait a
gotta
second.
do it through my
This is why you
phone.
want
That's why.
participation. You want everyone to talk exactly like you.
So
I'm a
you guys
moron.
stand up
Exactly
in
what you
Globey
think
Live, make
and go as
jokes,
a
and 2 or
cultish
3 of you come in at a time,
How?
right?
That's
We
just me.
busted
Just
you.
me. I was just sitting here listening to you. What are you talking about?
Yeah, this time.
That's all.
Let
I
me
was
just get
just
one thing
listening.
straight. I'm just trying to get a feel. Wolf, are you a male or a female? What do you identify as? I'm confused.
Does it matter? Does it matter?
I'm
Are
just
you a
curious.
homophobe?
Wow, these guys are fucking out of control, man.
Yeah.
I forgot you can't go live right through the web browser. Because why? God.
What happened? What?
I make everything so hard. Just amazing. Well, I guess I can watch it on any account. So let me yeah, none of these will work. All right, so let me just log in with anything. I'll use this.
Kane Tech.
All right, let's do that, and then.
Kane Tech.
I've been rolling.
All right, let's try this.
You're telling me math proves a globe.
It does.
Where?
I don't know the exact numbers of everything, but they can do it based on star rotation.
They can
based
do
on
it.
season.
So you're
based on
actually
season. Hold on.
just
Listen, are you going
only
to listen or are you
believe.
just
All
going
right,
to
I'm gonna hop in there. See if I
Yeah, you do. You run when I flat smack you, though. You rage quit, you run away. And the last time that I remember, I thought about it now. The last time was the day of the 24-hour sun fake observation in Antarctica. You came running into the live with your fake model, trying to present a 24-hour sun. And I cooked you with Google Earth and pinning my position on the globe and rolling the Antarctica around. You rage quit then.
Yeah, that's not rage quitting, Fred.
Oh, that's rage quitting. That's a flat smack, and you fucking not accepting
That's a flat smack. Yeah, so what it is what you're going to do to me tonight. You're going to mute me and kick me.
Fucking time. How many videos do you have now of me?
So what you did that day when we were talking about TFE was you kept muting me and wouldn't let me speak. So I said, if you're going to mute me, I'm going to leave. That's not a rage quit.
That's all you do.
That's you're a fucking baby coward.
Nothing can be done with you because your word is no good.
What does that even mean? Your word is no good.
You claim, that's what fucking really pissed me off, that I've never flat smacked you.
You haven't. Me leaving because you won't stop muting me is not a rage quit, Fred.
Dude, just you going na is a win.
This is why you won't have a one-on-one with me, Fred.
When you can't debate the science.
This isn't one-on-one. There's 8 people in here, Dip, and he has mod powers.
I'll drop them for you.
No, he has fucking mod powers. Remove his mod powers.
I'll take him off. He doesn't
remove his mod powers.
I got it.
Dude.
Fred is not afraid of you, bro. He doesn't need.
Yes, he is afraid of me.
This debate is a contract debate, Globey.
See, now he won't have the discussion now. See that, Dip? Now he won't have the discussion because now he wants a contract. This is how he runs.
What you're going to do, Globey. You know how this works.
Clear the panel. Let's do a one-on-one right now, Fred.
Globey, do you have a contract signed with me?
See, he won't do it without me giving him my legal name, Dip. He's a bitch.
Globey. You fucking lying cocksucker.
What was that? How was that a lie?
Shut the fuck
sign
up.
a contract
You
with
fucking keep claiming. Now you
Okay, so clear the panel. Let's do a one-on-one right now.
You're backing out of the contract debate that's going to cost you your account. That's what this is about. Stop your...
Wait a minute. On April 2nd, you said I should come to your live.
Stop your little bitch running, claiming I'm
On
running.
April 2nd, you said I should come to your live and we should do it one-on-one.
Debate, right? Say it, Globey, for the room. I'm refusing a contract debate.
You're refusing to debate right now, one-on-one, Fred, right?
This is not a contract debate, Globey.
Exactly.
I want your ass. That's why
Fred's the one that requires my legal name to have the debate. He's avoiding the debate.
Challenged me.
Let's go right now, Fred. You and me.
You're not paying attention. I want your account, Globey. Your word is no good.
So you won't do it.
Contract debate.
You won't have a debate. You're the final boss, Fred, right? You're the final boss, according to you. You're the final boss.
Will you sign a contract?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
I said in my last video, which you can't see because you blocked me.
Let's do it. Don't forget, you got to have Hasselblad and Chardock signing it too.
No, hold on. Let's work it out. Yes, let's work it out, Fred. I agree. Let's work it out. Now, who wants to work it out, me or you? You've blocked me on every account. You've never reached out to me once.
Stop crying.
This is not crying. This is facts.
This is you crying. No,
someone who wants to work it out doesn't block the other person.
And your bullshit facts.
So you blocking me is you wanting to work it out?
Me running Saturday is a...
You are running right now. Let's do it right now. You're running.
Let's do it right now. Let me do it. I'm going to go in right now.
You going into what?
Your account.
What does that have to do with you running right now? Let's do a one-on-one right now.
Right now. All right.
One-on-one right now.
Right now. All right, let's see.
It's weird. It's kind of weird how you won't.
You fucking little princess bitch. There's my head.
Let's do the debate. Right? Stop crying and let's do the debate, Fred.
This is you leaving the room so I can talk to the room. Now, this motherfucker. Oh, fuck. Now he's gone. Where is his ass?
You just kicked me. What do you mean, where am I?
Shut the
You
fuck
literally
up.
just kicked me and then said, where am I?
I'll kick you again. Now I got your account. Shut the fuck
Yeah,
up.
you would kick me again, you bitch. That's why I said remove your mod powers. And they haven't been removed.
His mod
See
powers
this here?
right now.
See this here? This is my face. See this here? This is my face.
Yeah. Are you upset
See
about
these
your
6
face? I
fucking
would be too.
videos? See these fucking 6 videos?
Yeah.
They're you claiming I'm running.
You
So
are.
you're a fucking liar. You're a fucking liar. I challenged you to a debate for your account. You want to
well,
weasel
let's
out
straighten.
of that, you little bitch.
No, let's
You
straighten
wanna
out the
weasel
story.
out of that.
I challenged you to the debate. You
yeah,
later
see,
added
you're
the
again
you
lying.
later added the demand to
again
do it for
lying.
accounts.
You're fucking lying again.
It's
I
on.
challenge
It's
you.
recorded. You fucking
All I
maniac.
said, you fuck off, Globey. I'm gonna dump you forever from this.
Go
live,
ahead, dump
right?
me.
Listen, you fucking piece of shit.
Let's do it right now,
you
runner.
Fucking shut your mouth. Shut your mouth.
Go ahead.
I challenge you. I
Runner.
said,
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that.
So I took off his mod power because you wanted to go with this. But I'll tell you what, the way you're acting, I'm gonna give him his mod power because you want to instigate
you.
Runner. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that.
So I took off his mod
Thing over the last month. Let's just debate.
That's
So
why
exactly. Come
there's
on,
a
let's debate.
contract.
Thing over the
I
last
said
month.
I want you
Let's just
up 'cause
debate.
I wanted your account. You don't debate for your account,
Trying to go
fucking
around
bitch.
what's going on.
I'm sorry, Dip.
in a creator, but not the book, then I'm just trying to get a feel for where you're at, because I have a certain way that I think about things, and not that any detriment to you, but if you don't believe in the Bible, I understand that. But I'm just trying to get a understanding of where I would want to try and lead the conversation. So if you don't subscribe to anything biblical, my job is not to make you believe in the Bible, but I know where I have to head now. So what is your because like I like to bring up things like in the Bible it says how you can recognize the beast by its number. And then isn't it funny how the globe, the model is that for the Earth's curvature, it's 0.666 per mile squared. Isn't it funny that the reason that they say we have seasons
What about per meter squared?
is if it comes off of 90 degrees straight up and down? Isn't it funny they said the whole reason we have seasons is because the Earth?
Andy, hold on. Meters existed. No, you don't just get the ramble. Okay? If you want to have a conversation, you make a point.
There's a bunch of numbers that reference 666.
Great, that's awesome. So meters existed before feet did, right?
No, the whole system was built.
You can keep trying to talk over me, but your irrelevant thing that 6.666 feet just happens to be in there is meaningless.
It's not.
Feet didn't exist until recently.
No, that's actually the measurement that they used back in the day. Whenever.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
He's right. They used to use the geometry back then. They used to use the metric system back then.
Yes, they did not use feet back in the biblical days.
The metric. Which, by the way, that only works on a flat Earth, and I'm pretty sure Allah is gonna really expand on this one.
No, it doesn't.
Things that only work on a flat
Earth.
Earth.
Here, real quick, Globey, read. I got army brats, bro, that are 18 years old, threatening to come to my house. They give me my coordinates. I checked. Those are the coordinates to my house, brother.
Yeah, exactly what I'm talking about.
I get it, and guess
what? I'm guessing those
name.
Coordinates came from fucking. Dave's app, didn't they?
No, because I've never been on his app.
You've never bought his app?
Nope.
I know a bunch of flat earthers who've had their shit exposed.
This came from a kid that's actually in the army.
Okay.
He's so mad at my live that he got my coordinates to my IP address to my house.
Okay, so you're confirming my point.
No,
I'm not saying it's just a flat Earth issue. I'm saying I'm not doxing myself to anybody.
Right, but you said to us guys, and I'm just saying, this is you guys doing.
I said to Fred,
guys.
I said I'm not doxing myself to Fred.
That you have certain aspects of fear that you have in your life right now. I live a life completely free of fear because my Creator did not give me a spirit of fear. I have no worries about anyone having my address or my coordinates, because guess what? No weapon formed against me is going to prosper. And
Your Creator, okay, yeah, but we established the book you're listening to was written by men, and those men told you to believe that they were inspired by the word of God. So you've done nothing but listen to men tell you in a book what to believe.
Isn't that ironic?
Isn't that crazy? That's exactly.
Yeah, it's ironic that you guys refuse to believe science.
That's what you
but you believe that.
Science books? Oh, so all your books that were written by men, your science books.
Yeah, those can be verified.
100% of those, but my book is all of a sudden crazy.
Yeah, one's a science book that can be verified.
All the books you read were also written by men.
Curvature.
Isn't that crazy?
One's a book of parable written by men about a magic person in the sky.
Yeah, one's a government indoctrination book.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Yeah,
you say
no, it's not.
Here we are. Your science is always going to be pseudoscience.
I could show you a ton of shit right now that you guys would just
enough of him.
Kick me the fuck off the panel.
All right, good, Globey. Later, bro. See ya.
We know what you do, Aloha. You do it.
Yep. See you later, bro. So his new latest proof for the globe is that the globe has symmetry. Why is there more time zones in the South, Globey? Why are there more constellations in the South? That's not symmetry of a globe. That's geocentric confirmation. Why is the path of the Analema larger in the South? That's not geometry of a globe. That's more confirmation of the geocentric cosmology. So Globey wants to preach that the Bible is written by men, yet he believes science books written by men that indoctrinate the masses with something delusional called a spinning wet rock in outer space. So, yeah, Globey, see ya, bro. Nobody wants to listen to your bullshit.
So he's
You have
yelling at me
you
to
have
get
more
back.
blind faith than anybody in here.
Exactly. And then here's my difference is that I've noticed a tremendous difference in my life
Later, Globey.
because of the book that I subscribe to.
Aloha, you are the biggest pussy on this app, dude. You
Yeah,
are
I know.
such a
So
coward.
Brandon, where's your proof of curvature,
You
bro?
are
Is it
an
those
absolute. This
windmills
is
over
all
the
you
flat?
do.
Yep.
Hey,
See?
be
all you
careful, Brandon. Be careful. He might eat you because he loves maybe, come on, man.
Yeah, Brandon's another weak troll. So Brandon's profile picture is windmills over a flat horizon.
I love it. I love the irony.
Flat horizon, huh?
Yeah.
Of course. You just can't see the curvature.
How do I quickly change mine before Aloha sees it?
Oh yeah, I know, Hawking. You're maybe you're tolerable. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I was just kidding. I'm joking at myself, basically. There seems to be a lot of taking to heart over it. I don't know why.
No, I just talked to these guys for years, and they're weak cowards. Globey doesn't want to give out his name because he has 2 young kids, but he's backed up by science. I mean, he's backed up by the government. He's backed up by NASA. He doesn't want to give.
All right. We're back. Aloha's another piece of garbage that will never talk to me one-on-one. The last 3 times I've run into him, he just boots me. And they blocked me this time. Yes, they claim there's more time zones in the Southern Hemisphere. He won't let me speak to fucking disprove him. That's why he just kicks me out, obviously. It's fucking ridiculous. Those guys are so fucking stupid. It's so painful to watch how fucking stupid they are. Oh my God. Let's see where we're at with this fucking shit. Logic to USD, no sound, question mark. Yeah, I don't even know what to say anymore. All I had to do was refresh my web browser and it started playing the audio again. I don't know, it just stopped. Just stopped playing the audio for no good reason. Johnny Dopp, $1.99. Why does Freddo always use fruit for his models? I don't know. He's in Australia. Maybe they live around a lot of fruit. Maybe he's got the fruit thing going on. I don't know. But Aloha is a guy I would love to get cornered in a fucking live where he doesn't have the mute button. He's another Fred / Nathan Thompson type. All they can do is mute and kick people. Yeah, but that's what they do. They are fucking crazy. They are fucking crazy. And they think I'm the one running because I don't want to give Fred my fucking legal name on a document for a TikTok debate. When he clearly ran away. He ran away the moment, it's so telling. He ran away the moment that Dip took away his mod powers. Isn't that funny? That's so convenient. I wonder why he did that. He literally is such a baby, he can't stay in alive without fucking mod powers. He can't even stay there. He can't even mute himself and sit in the corner. He doesn't have mod powers. He has to leave immediately. It's so embarrassing. But, yeah, sorry about that loss of audio there. I don't know what the fuck that was. Crazy stuff. Man. Let's see. I'm going to be blocked on everything. All right, guys. I think I've had enough for the evening. I think my blood pressure is high enough. It's so annoying because, like, these guys think they're so fucking smart, and then they just boot you and don't let you speak. It's amazing. Amazing how fucking dumb they are. Yes. Yes. So let's see. Oh, man. Steve. What's up, Steve? Thanks. Nice live. Yeah, bit crazy there at the end. Sorry about the no audio again. Looking through comments. Yeah, I'll figure out a way to keep monitoring the YouTube live while I'm doing that, so I can see when there's issues. But like I said, just the browser. I didn't touch nothing. The audio just stopped working. I had to refresh the browser to get it to start working. So, all right, we'll see you around. I'm gonna head out. Beat, and that is it for today. I created a new TikTok today called Truth in Plain Sight. That's gonna be my spy Flurf account. So we're gonna do some lives as a flat earther and see if I can troll some Globers. So I'm going to do that this week. See what's going on with everybody. Everybody else's lives. See when there's a good time. But keep an eye out for that. That's always a good time. It'll probably piss you off watching from the chat. But screw you. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. It's fun. It's fun preying on unknowing Globers who don't quite have the repertoire to argue back against flat earth arguments. Does it hurt the movement? Sure. But sometimes you just gotta have fun. So it is fun. So we'll check that out. Until then, have a wonderful evening. I'm still going to hunt down Fred. Doesn't look like it's going to be happening since he runs every time he sees me. But maybe one day he'll give in, man. I just going to keep the pressure up. Maybe one day he'll crack and actually do it. But until then, looks like I'll have to find other targets. So I will see you all later. Have a wonderful, wonderful night.
Is flat, oh please, sailing off the world's edge in the breeze. No gravity, no satellite tease. Just believe in your fantasies. Yelling about conspiracies in the night, while we orbit the truth in plain sight. So stubborn, so wrong, it's quite a plight. You believe you can shine